My name is John Feltz. I'm the CEO of Cruz, where we make a compostable plastic foam from the ocean for the ocean. By now, most of us realize there's a plastic pollution epidemic going around this planet. And that's simply because there's over 8 million tons of plastics entering our oceans every year. And you can see from this picture, a lot of it's foam, plastic foam, polystyrene or styrofoam, as you might know, breaking into a million tiny little particles that we can't even collect. And actually, the National Geographic just published a study where they tested over 20 or 40 table salts from 21 different countries around the globe. 90% contained microplastics. Think about that. But plastic foams aren't all bad. They've revolutionized how we live life on this planet, from where we live to how we get around. But there are certain sectors that need change now, and not only do they need it, they're demanding it. This is foam packaging. Not here in San Francisco and 100 other cities around America, along with 11 states, have outright banned polystyrene foam from being sold. This is not only the waste issues, but the cost associated with it, the disposal, the collection, and the recycling is so expensive, and the infrastructure to invest and get there is so much that they'd rather just ban it. So there's a big opportunity here, and that's where Cruz Foam steps in. We think the key is changing the material used. Instead of carcinogenic petroleum materials to make these foams, we use a waste product, shell waste from shrimp. Over 10 million tons of this is produced every year. And we take chitin, which is a biopolymer. It's the second most abundant on the planet after cellulose. And we have a water-based patent-pending product or process that can transform this into not only sustainable, but a foam that matches current polystyrene with tunable density and tunable mechanical properties. But we go beyond that. We are truly compostable, not just industrial, residential. We've tested this in our own homes, and we've seen after a month that it starts breaking down and actually being eaten by worms. Plus, chitin is nitrogen rich, so it's going to make for an excellent garden. We're looking at the packaging market, as I said. It's at $20 billion. It's growing rapidly with online shipping, cold chain delivery, and the industry is changing rapidly. As you've already heard from many other startups on here, corporations are shifting heavily. The UN released the sustainability goals. The shift is happening, and the time to act is now. This is our team. Myself, I have a background in chemical materials engineering with over 5 years project management experience. Our Zhao Lin, our CTO, has a PhD in materials, and she's an expert in the kite material. And we have startup experience. Marco, our other co-founder, has a PhD from Stanford, and he launched another startup that actually just put a product on market this month, I believe. We're Cruz Foam. We're looking for strategic partnerships, and I would love to talk to any of you after this event. Thank you so much.